Hi, my name's Jess. I went to St Bernard's and then joined Barrow Sixth Form and was part of the honours programme. I went on to study biological sciences at Durham University and I'm currently in my first year of a PhD in neuroscience at the University of Oxford. My current research looks at the mechanisms that affect dopamine release, which is important in things like Parkinson's disease and also things like addiction behaviours. I studied A-levels in biology, chemistry and maths, and in my first year I also did an AS level when they existed in law. I chose these subjects because at that point when I was in year 11 I had no idea what I wanted to do, but I knew that I probably wanted to go to university and did have the idea that I might want to study medicine, and I knew you needed science subjects for this, especially chemistry. But I did enjoy a range of subjects at school. I knew that law was taught really well at Barrow Sixth Form and isn't offered in a lot of places, so that was something interesting and a bit different to try. So really I went for all sciences with law too, with the logic that if I wanted to study medicine or a STEM-based degree, I could, but that those options wouldn't box me off or exclude the possibility of studying something less science-based, like law for example. Not that the only possible degree options, if you get good grades, are medicine and law. I think that is a common misconception, especially maybe amongst parents and grandparents, but there's a much wider range of careers and subjects to study and places to study other than university as well, especially in the local area. As part of the honours programme, I did an extended project qualification, or EPQ, where you choose an area outside of your A-level studies and investigate a specific question, basically with lots of research and a big essay. I did my EPQ on quite a neuroscience question actually, which is funny that I'm here now because at the time I didn't know what I wanted to do and didn't feel like I had a specific vocation or anything, but I really enjoyed doing the EPQ. I kind of got my first taste of research and studying something really in depth, which I loved. I also liked that there was a big coursework element compared to my A-levels, which were primarily exam-based, and it was my first experience of using academic referencing, which is a skill that's so important at university, and examining the credibility of sources and bringing relevant information together from lots of different places is definitely a skill that you'll use in the future, whatever you do. But probably the most valuable thing about the EPQ and the honours programme for me was that when I applied to universities, one university gave me an offer with the conditions that if I got, I think, a B or above in my EPQ, I could get a grade lower in my A-levels than their standard grade offer that you usually had to get in. So that was brilliant. It took a lot of pressure off me on results day and meant I could have a really good uni as my insurance or backup choice. Through the honours programme, I also got the opportunity to do some extracurricular things. I was part of Sixth Form's team for a Royal Society of Biology competition day and also went to some public lectures, all things which got me thinking about how biology is applied in the real world, and things which were perfect to show I was passionate about the subject on my CV and university applications. To be completely honest, I didn't find the transition from school to sixth form easy. I didn't have the best time. Not a lot of my friendship group went from school to sixth form, so it was starting afresh a little bit for me. But being part of the honours programme meant that there were a group of us who were all aspiring to do well, applying to top universities or competitive higher apprenticeship schemes at the same time, and it created a really nice and supportive environment, but it also pushed us to work really hard and to try and achieve top grades too. I think that not only finding how you learn and revise best, but developing the work ethic and self-discipline to work independently are so important when you're doing your A-levels, and it was something that the sixth form environment really fostered and that I've taken with me and had to use so much in university when it's a bit less structured. But because I did find that transition from school to sixth form difficult at first and the work was a big step up, I was definitely much more prepared for the transition to university and working life. I think my biggest piece of advice to my year 11 self would be not to worry too much that you don't have it all planned out. I remember being so stressed that I felt I had no idea what I wanted to do. And some people do have a set idea of where they want to go, and that's great, but you don't have to, and it might change anyway. And you have to put the work in and really trust the process. But if you do that and try and follow what you enjoy, eventually it will all come together. So I hope that gives a bit of an idea of how Barrow Sixth Form and the Honours Programme helped me get where I am now. And best of luck in your GCSEs this year. Thank you.